one thing that often confuses people is the confusion between the command line program itself and the window in which it appears, and they are very different things. Let me type CMD and just go ahead and go to the command prompt here, and you'll see that this window is not really the command line window. This is a host program or a host window that is housing the command line. And I can demonstrate that, for example, by pulling up PowerShell. When I pull up PowerShell, you'll see that other than the color here, these are essentially the same window. This is just the host window. In this case, it's running the command line within that host window, and in this case, it's running PowerShell inside that window. So this is the command line host. There has to be a program to show us the command line, and this command or this host program is what does that. And we have some control over that. If I click here and go down to properties, you can see here that I can change several options. Things called the buffer size, the number of buffers. Now, what in the world is buffer size? Well, this shows a buffer of 50 items. So what does that mean? Well, let me run a couple of commands. I'll type cls dir ipconfig, and then if I click the up arrow, you'll see that it shows down here at the bottom the last command, and if I click it up again, there's the previous command. Up one more time, there's the previous command, and so it can remember up to 50 items here because I have the buffer set to 50. And I can remember up to 4 command line windows, that many items. Here's a cursor size. Here are several editing options that I'm not going to go into in any depth. I can change the font. So let's go to, say, 28, and the font becomes bigger. Let's see, what else do I have here? The layout. This has to do with the screen. This screen right now is 120 characters wide. And the height means 9001, which means I can scroll up. Let me cancel this thing. I can scroll up and down up to 9,000 character, 9,000 rows here. And so all of these settings will affect this command line window, and they will stick. If I close this thing and go CMD again, you'll see that I still have that large text here because this will stick. It will stay the way it is. So we do have the capability to customize the host window for the command line. So that's all there is in this section, is just to be aware of what the host window is, that it is not itself the command line, and it can be customized with this little icon up here in the top.